Thank you, Mr. Speaker. While we have this moment of pause, Senator Mike Faulk asked us not to prepare a resolution, so you haven't seen a resolution come forward at his request. But maybe we could take a moment to honor him. We've honored the others that are leaving this body. We can either honor or roast. To a man who was born a few days after me in Kingsport, Tennessee. We should have high-fived 58 years later and said, we'll see you in the Senate. I was on my way out and he was on his way in. A guy that reminds me of Grizzly Adams, and Reuben is Gentle Ben. But he's represented Kingsport, East Tennessee, and his other counties in a very professional manner. It's been an honor to serve with you and call you my friend. And I wish you Godspeed in whatever your endeavors are. I know you're taking this opportunity to be with your mother. That's a hard call to leave this august body, but family comes first, and I think every one of us in here will agree with that. And you want to spend those last days with your mom while she's still here with you. And we appreciate your contributions, your intelligence, and I'll leave the floor open for anybody else who wants to give a bid farewell to Senator Faulk. Honor or roast?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mike, we're all going to miss you. I'm going to miss our encounters in the Bicentennial Mall Park in the mornings, you and Reuben. All three of us sort of looking homeless down there, but our philosophical conversations. And just when I start getting all choked up thinking about your leaving, I've heard a rumor, since you've been on the floor with your camera so much, that maybe there's an opening at the state photographer's office and you're not going to leave, but you're planning on coming back. A lot of those photographs up there were taken by you. A lot of us have appreciated your photographic expertise. Thank you for your friendship and your insight and the wisdom you brought. Stay in touch.
Senator Sutherland.
Thank you. I'd just like to thank you for your friendship. You know, it's been enjoyable serving with you down here. I like to aggravate him a lot, you know, especially when he's in circumstances where he don't want to be in. I might send him a big fish on a picture or something just to aggravate him. And I got to try fried turkey for the first time. He's a big hunter and fisherman, and we have broken bread many times together, and I appreciate your friendships. And each morning we're walking around the park with Reuben also, and we'll miss him too. So I appreciate you.
Senator Marrero.
I just want to say that Senator Faulk and I have had many occasions in which we've differed on policy issues, but he has always been an outstanding gentleman. He's always been a joy to be around. I must admit that I kind of saddled up to him because of his dog, but he has a wonderful dog. He has a great persona. He's a truly great addition to this assembly, and we will miss you.
Senator Bell.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And Senator Faulk, it's been a pleasure getting to know you and serve with you. And I was having a conversation with my son about a month ago, the one that's in Japan, and he did want me to pass along to you that horse meat's not all it's cracked up to be.
Senator Henry.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. First, I want to ask Senator Faulk. Senator Faulk, do you mind if I ask the Speaker to instruct the clerk to bring Reuben up here until sine die?
Yes, Senator Henry.
I request, Mr. Speaker, that the clerk be instructed to bring Reuben up here, stay with us till sine die.
Absolutely. I think we'll be adjourning at least once more.
All right.
Well, they'll bring him up the second time.
At some appropriate time.
We'll do it at the appropriate time. Thank you, Senator Faulk. Thank you for serving. I
tell you, Senator Faulk, you're all right. You know, y'all got a good, big, strong caucus over there, and I admire you, all of you. Boy, if you'd bring some more Senator Faulks in here, You do this state a whole lot of good. Thank you for coming.
Senator Overby.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm going to be like Senator Roberts. Don't look at me, Senator Faulk. I don't think I can get through this if we're staring at each other. Other than when you high-fived Senator Ketron on, as y'all passed in the hallway at Holston Valley Community Hospital, I've probably known you longer than anyone else in this chamber. For those of you that don't know, Senator Faulk and I first met in 1969. We were in the same junior achievement company in Kingsport. And let me first say that in the 4 years Senator Faulk has spent here in the Senate, he has, to our great relief, not done what he did to our junior achievement company back in 1969 and 1970. He was the president of our junior achievement company called JIMCA, Junior Intermountain Telephone Company Achievers, and he was our president, and we barely avoided bankruptcy. But I think we led all the junior achievement companies in fun and a good time. And so he's learned a lot in those intervening 40 years and has not done for the state of Tennessee what he did for our junior achievement company. And for that, the citizens owe you a debt of gratitude. Senator Faulk is a great friend, a great senator. I regret that he, Mr. Speaker, that you allowed him to leave the Judiciary Committee. He was a great member of the Judiciary Committee, and I agree with the gentleman from Davidson County. We need more Senator Faulks, both in this body and in our committees, guiding us with insight, care, and wisdom. Senator Faulk will be missed, but he leaves a legacy behind of which he can be proud, his family can be proud, and the state of Tennessee can be proud. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Watson.
Well, I guess I'm going to be the only honest one of the group. I got to say, I got tired of his nitpicking at my bills. Our friends on the other side of the aisle don't have to endure our bill reviews where Senator Faulk points out all the flaws in the legislation that we are so enthusiastically endorsing on our side of the aisle. All of us have experienced a committee hearing or a bill on the floor here where Senator Faulk has asked some insightful question of which we have no idea the answer to. We all, with straight face, somehow bluff our way through the answer, avoiding any type of eye contact with him, knowing that he knows that we're bluffing our way through the answer. I'm not going to miss any of those things, Mr. Speaker. I got to be honest with you. I think when Senator Faulk arrived here, those of us who have been in the legislature for a while looked at him and knew he was going to be a problem child from the get-go and how we were going to corral him. I believe at one time there was an offer made to the other side of the aisle that they might take him on, but even they refused to take on his incessant questioning of our bills. But in truth, Mr. Speaker, I must say that Senator Faulk has brought great honor to this body. He is certainly an honorable man, we all know that. And his nitpicking is truly genuine interest in doing what is right. And I think when we have members, and I think all members have that same characteristic, when we have members like that, the state is served well. So Senator Faulk, I bid you adieu. I will miss you. I won't miss some of your characteristics, but I will miss you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Tracy.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. They've been entirely too nice with you. Even Bo was trying to be honest, was too nice with you, Faulk. You know, Hey, Roy, now you need to listen to this. Between you and Faulk and especially Yeager, y'all messed up things so bad at UT Martin. By the time I got there, we had to fix them. Y'all had it all in disarray by the time we got there. But, Mike, you are my attorney. The problem is now that you're going home, you're going to be putting me on the clock every time I call you, so I'm going to have to pay you every time. So I just want to thank you for the great job you did. You do study the issues. You know the issues back and forth. As Bo said, you asked the hardest questions. I don't like you asking those questions, but thank you for your service. I know you're going to continue to do well in East Tennessee, and I'm sure you'll be calling us, watching us on the internet, telling us the questions to ask. So thank you for your service.
Senator Herron.
Well, here we are at the end of session, and Senator Watson and I are agreeing on one thing, that we won't miss him, but I guess actually we agree as well. We will. Mike and I got to UT Martin at the same time, and I think my favorite story of those that can be told from our time there involved the morning that he and a friend of ours named Emmett Edwards had spent the night at my house in Dresden, and we desegregated the First Methodist Church that Sunday. Emmett was African and Mike was Republican, and we've been friends ever since. Even way back then, Mike could always see around corners, understand things better, always was a step or two or three ahead of the rest of us, and it's been a joy through the years to be your friend, and I appreciate you. I appreciate what you brought the Senate. The Senate will be a poorer place without you. I trust East Tennessee will be a richer place with you back home more of the time. I appreciate you, and honored to be your friend and your brother.
Senator Faulk, thank you for your service. You seek recognition? Okay, you may. Come to the well, Senator Faulk.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This is the second time I've ever been in the well in my 4 years. The first time was during the Greenhorn Caucus, so I understand your nervousness, Senator Roberts. Serving in the state Senate is indeed the honor of a lifetime. The election brought knowledge to me that I had no clue would come, and that is what a special privilege it is to serve here. And practically every day since being elected, I've learned something new about those special privileges. They've come in so many different forms, but there is no higher privilege than the friendships that I've made here amongst these members and this incredible staff. For that honor and for those privileges, I am eternally grateful. My decision not to seek re-election is grounded in a very simple proposition, and that is, a year from now, it will be much more important to me to be known, excuse me, as a good son than a good senator. For those of you who have prayed for and continue to pray for my mother, I thank you from the very depths of my heart. The folks who would succeed me here may be watching this on video stream, and I have a word for them. It's from Thomas Paine, one of our founding fathers, who wrote Common Sense. My quote is from one of his works called The Crisis. Thomas Paine said, "That which we obtain too easily, we esteem too lightly. It is dearness only that gives everything its value." So to my successor, I say to you, work hard for this office, and once you get here, work even harder. The people in the 8th Senate District deserve no less. Let me leave you and close, Mr. Speaker, by reciting a poem that I have for a couple of you, a few of you recently. It's an Irish poem taught to me by my little Scots-Irish mother. May God give you for every tear a smile, for every storm a rainbow, for every care a promise, and for each and every prayer an answer. May God bless each and every one of you, and may He continue to richly bless this great state we call Tennessee. Thank you.
Ford.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And to Senator Faulk, it's been a delight not only seeing you here in the chamber and in the committee rooms, but also as a neighbor, you and Ruben. My only regret on this, and maybe we can still make it happen, is that Ruben has never gotten an opportunity to meet Ms. Boots and Mr. Garfield. So perhaps we can make that happen before you get out of here. But Mr. Speaker, in the sense of a family, you know, I think we all realize that family is the most important thing to us in life. And it's just wonderful to hear what the reason that you're leaving us. If I could just spend just another hour with my parents again, oh, how delightful that would be. But Mr. Speaker, in the sense of family, I believe that this would be a great opportunity to read an SJR number 926, if the clerk could read that. This is because, Mr. Speaker, it's hardly a day go by, Senator Faulk, that someone here on Capitol Hill does not ask me about one of my family members. I think we all know that I have a very large family. And if the clerk could read that, I think that we all might enjoy the content of it.
Mr. Clerk.